Hi traders, this is Sin with the New Level Trading Report for Tuesday, June 21st. U.S. stocks rose again today as worries eased further about any immediate debt default by Greece, extending the market's recent bounce back. Tonight at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, a crucial vote of confidence will be cast, allowing for an immediate infusion of cash into the Greek government, staving off their default. And the Dow was up 110 points, the Nasdaq closed 57 points up, and the S&P gained 17 points. So a nice day for the markets. This is what we're looking at on our 5-day, 5-minute Dow, and you can see we actually broke that high around the 12,120 area, and we actually up around this 12,217 area. So you can see a really nice uptrend throughout the day today, a little bit of a pullback, but closed fairly almost to the highs today. This is what we're looking like on our daily chart, and as you can see, I've drawn that downtrend line. This is the primary line. I actually had that a secondary line drawn, but we've broken through that, so I decided just to keep that off, as you can see. But we are back into this area of what was support. Now it's becoming resistance, and as you can see, we're just butting right up into this area. But what's interesting is we talked a lot about even several weeks ago when we were coming down into this low, and you know, we broke that, but basically what we are is back into this area of chop. So what will be interesting now is what you see. You've made this lower low and a little bit of chop in here, but if you want to consider this now a higher low from here, then the possibility is that we can continue up and move into this area. So again, lots and lots has to happen if that's going to be the scenario. And I also wanted to show you what we're looking like on a daily. And again, we talked a little bit about this, the fact that this in fact on a weekly looks a bit like what's forming a head and shoulders. I mean, this would be the left shoulder, the head, and what I want to see now is a break of this. But even if we go into this area here, the possibility that we pull back into here is real. I mean, it can happen. This is a fairly perfect neckline. So again, we've got this bottoming tail here, but overall, that to me is at least potentially what this could end up being. So we'll just have to watch that and listen obviously to the news regarding Greece, and we're obviously in the summer with a lot of volatility because we have less volume in the stock market. So again, lots of scenarios that could play out. But let's take a look at our S&P futures, and again, you can see we've broken some resistance back in this 12,086 area, came up into the 1292 area, sold off a bit, but again, a nice day for the S&P as well. And this is what we're looking like. This is a weekly chart, and what I want to show you, let's go to the daily first on this. What I'm seeing here is, again, I've drawn these areas of support and resistance, and again, now this area here is acting as some resistance. We have this area here, but again, we're back into that congestion area. This is that primary trend line I drew. I kept the secondary on because I want to show you here, again, we're above this 200 period moving average. We're really starting to look like we have this nice rounded bottom, which tends to be more positive, more bullish. So again, we're just on average volume, but what I'm seeing here is that we broke this trend line, and see how we came to the back side of it, and again, we're moving up, but again, still not we haven't broken that downtrend yet, but we're getting close. I would say at least this area, if you want to look at this as a potential lower low, and this is another lower low, if we get above this area here around the 1300 area, then I would consider that we're reversing that trend. I mean, truly reversing it. Let's take a look at the Nasdaq as well. This is what we're looking like on the Nasdaq, and you can just see this amazing uptrend, a little bit of this is not really a pullback, I mean, but just a little bit of a bull flag, and then again broke back out, and Nasdaq obviously had a really nice day today and closed pretty much on the highs. And again, looking at the daily, we came into that support and actually broke a little bit of that support, but let's just right here we have a little bit of support in here, so I would call that you know, just coming back into the support. And again, you know, if you look at some of these, this is a lower high, the higher high, so I'm going to wait to see what happens on this too. Again, the NASDAQ had a really nice day today, and they've been lagging in the past few weeks. This is the dollar, and as you can see, what I wanted to do, in fact, I'm going to go to an hourly chart here. This is what we're looking like on an hourly chart. You can see we're making these lower highs and coming up into this trend line. And what I did again is I kind of drew this secondary trend line here, and we're following that now. And again, still coming downward. This is what we're looking like on the daily. So again, what we talked about is the fact that we had that shooting star, that reversal candle and a rejection candle of this area in the 76.55 area, and now we are indeed actually really pulling back. And obviously the first area of support is going to be 73.71, but again, we could shop in this area for quite a while. We're going to continue to watch that, but it acted as a really nice contrarian for the markets today. So again, a nice uptrending market. This is FinViz, and as you can see, again, that really nice uptrend. As NASDAQ, you can see just really not much of a pullback at all, a nice flag, and then a little bit of a movement upward, and then closed on the highs today. S&P not quite as pretty, but still a very, very nice chart. This is the Dow, and you can see actually a deeper pullback today, but again, a nice trend up, sold off just a bit. As you can see, our heat map just looking extremely green, and you can see this bright green just means that that stock did quite well. The darker green is more, that's about a 1% gain, but you can see not very much. In fact, if anything, what I'm looking at is I'm seeing about 5 red stocks. Procter & Gamble was down about a point, or 1.3%. This is actually Philip Morris, a cigarette company, down about 1.5%. So again, most of the stocks did very, very well today. Banks were up. Apple had a really nice day. One of the big ones was PCLN up, had a really amazing trend up today. But let's take a look at that. And as you can see, here's PCLN. Just an amazing move, almost a 6.2% move, a $28 move. So anyone who had that, just a really nice move to the upside. In fact, let's take a look at that. And what I wanted to show you on this, you can see we actually we added that bottoming tail, and we've come into some support in this area, and so here we are bouncing. But what's interesting about this is that this is a large range candle, and a lot of times what we like to do in New Level Traders when we're looking at a move to the up or to the downside is you just kind of look at these candles, and most of them are not necessarily a $28 move. So again, this is quite out of the even normal range for PCLN, but again, a really, really nice day for PCLN. And several of our traders actually got that. So again, a nice trade. Let's take another look at the bubble study, and as you can see, I wanted to show you more of the up stocks. And let's see, Monster Worldwide actually had a really nice day, a 7% gain, up about 94 cents. This is Whole Foods, up about 6%, so a nice day for Whole Foods. This is another stock that did really well, Cognizant Technologies, up about 6%, a really, really nice uptrending stock. So again, lots of stocks to the upside. You can see this 4%, 3%. So again, this just kind of shows stocks just did extremely well today. To the downside, not too many. You can see the loser today was Walgreens. Again, we talked about that. That had earnings. They didn't do as well as expected. So you can see, though, they did actually end with a little bit of a bottoming tail, and they've come into some support. So again, not down, only down. They were down 4.2%, but about $1.90. So not a horrible day considering that their news was not really good. A few of the other ones. This is Corning, down down about 1.4%. So again, not too many stocks to the downside. Again, this is the zero line, so you can see just most stocks did really, really well today. Let's go back to our Here we go. I just wanted to let you know that what we were doing as far as New Level Traders. Don actually closed a bear call spread today. Believe it or not, did really well on it. It was a PCLN one. He let the buy side run, making back some of that money, and actually ended up with a really nice gain. He also traded Google, Apple, and Caterpillar. Actually, I traded Caterpillar, but Don had a gain of over $2,600. Brian had some great trades as well on the futures. I traded Baidu, Google, and Apple for a profit as well. So again, another really nice profitable day for New Level Traders. Let's take a look at Apple. I wanted to show you just two stocks. You can see this is here's what we're looking like, and what you'll see, I think, in quite a few of these is that we're getting ready to break that downtrend. In fact, this was that lower low and another lower low here. We've actually come above that. So at this point, at least on an hourly, we've broken that trend, and this is what we're looking like too. Again, on Apple, we had broken that 200 period moving day average. We we're actually a little bit above average volume today, so we're now below this 200 period moving average, so that acts as a bit of resistance. But again, this area in here is resistance is 325 strikes, so we'll watch to see what happens. Again, the overall market will move that too, so we'll just continue to watch that. I wanted to take a better look at PCLN. Again, I'm going to put that on a 5-minute chart just to let you see just what a beautiful trade that was. Again, just a few little pullbacks into this, I call it the buy zone, and then just continued up and sold completely on the highs today. So this is what we're looking like. As I said, we came into this area of congestion and support, and bounced right off of that. So, and we're on well above average volume. So again, a really nice day for us to trade in New Level Traders. And anyway, so again, we'll look forward to tomorrow and what tomorrow brings. As far as economic news, we have the MBA mortgage index, FHFA housing price index, the crude inventories, and the big one is the FOMC rate decision. And the market is expecting a 0.25% rate, or 0.25% rate, for the first time in 2 years. So again, we'll wait to see if that's what we do get. After the bell, earnings today are actually JBL, AV, LZB, which is Lazy Boy, APOG, and FSII. So again, thanks so much for joining us here. If you have any questions about membership or education, call us at the number on our website, www.newleveltraders.com. Thanks again. See you tomorrow.